And what they'll do is they'll just do a couple of good strokes with those flippers just to get themselves moving, and then they'll glide through the water. And with this new exhibit, it's wonderful because you can watch it through the glass, and they just go gliding along, and with like a little flick of their tail, all of a sudden they'll be gliding along upside down. I've even seen them gliding along and doing spirals. I think they just are having fun. I think they really enjoy doing it. The reason they can do this, and it looks so effortless, is because they are so streamlined. Show how streamlined you are. Okay, I said sea lions are preyed upon by other animals, but they're also predators in their own right. They eat fish. And in the wild, there is no one standing on the beach with a couple buckets of fish eating the sea lions. The sea lions have to catch their own fish. And the fish, of course, are doing their darndest not to be caught. So the fish are zigging and zagging and swimming and going fast and sideways and up and down and every which way to try and get away from the sea lions. So the sea lions have to match that and do one better because they got to catch the fish. So they have a couple of adaptations that allow them to be pretty darn good fishermen. One is that they are amazingly flexible. There's something you can try to compare your flexibility to that of a sea lion. Try bending your neck back as far as you can. Kind of like that. See how far you can bend. Yeah, I see you guys are kind of looking straight up. That's about as good as I can manage too. And even the most flexible of humans, like acrobats and gymnasts and stuff, that's about all they can manage. Watch these girls and see how flexible they are.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing? They can actually touch the back of their head to their back. Good job. Now, sea lions don't just eat fish. In the wild, they'll also eat things like octopus, squid, shellfish, crabs, clams, that kind of stuff. Well, they have another adaptation that allows them to be pretty darn good at locating some of those bottom critters. If you look at Callie here, Callie has got champion whiskers here. She's got absolutely beautiful. They're about 6 or 8 inches long. They'll use those whiskers in the wild. If they're hunting for things like crabs and shellfish and stuff, they will go down to the bottom, and it can be kind of dark or murky down there sometimes. So what they'll do, if they can't see very well, is they'll just reach out with those whiskers and feel around with the whiskers. And the whiskers are so sensitive that they can actually identify things down there and decide whether it's worth trying to eat it or not. Well, Chloe's got a special talent here, and it may seem like I'm changing the subject, but I'm not really. I'm going to ask Chloe to balance this ball on her nose. Now, you might have seen Chloe do that here or at the other pool. Chloe's a pretty good ball balancer. How about it, Chloe? Can you do that for us? There she goes. Thank you. All right, now, the reason I went right from whiskers to ball balancing, it wasn't quite as much of a non sequitur as it seemed. Actually, Chloe would not be able to do that without her whiskers. What she's doing, she's supporting the weight of the ball actually on her nose, but she's using her whiskers, like a whole bunch of fingers like this, to actually keep the ball in position, to keep it from moving and falling off. She would not be able to do that without those whiskers. I'm giving away the sea lion's secret here. How about it, Chloe? Now that you know what you're looking for, watch her one more time and see how she's using those whiskers. She would not be able to do that without those whiskers. Come on up here, big show off. How about it? Oh, yeah.